Good morning. Welcome. It is Friday, August 14th. We're 90 days out from November 12th. Your DTD2. You are calling your Fs and your Gs. You are texting your Ys. It's Friday. The weather is going to be fantastic today, which is great. So if you're out, I don't know, maybe you're door knocking Main Street. Maybe you're going to go and hit Main Street in the town in which you want to be mayor and meet some of the business owners and have those conversations. I think we think about door knocking and it's like, well, I'm going to go door knock Green Street or Blue Street or whatever street, and we're just going to go door knock houses. Not that that's not important, but if there's a town that you want to be well known in, if there's a town you would like to grab market share in, if there's a town that you wish to be the real estate mayor of, go door knock Main Street. Go talk to the business owners. Those business owners don't necessarily live in town. Doesn't matter. They know everyone in town. They know the hubbub. I use that. You're welcome. That's going on in town. And all your business owners usually have somewhere they go to sleep. And when you're dealing with your consumers who are buying residential properties, a lot of those are business owners. So vice versa, are we asking those questions? But more often than not, when you go door knocking, it doesn't always have to be in a neighborhood necessarily looking for property. Of course, we're always looking for an opportunity to list somebody's home. And if you door knock Main Street, you will get to know about their businesses. You'll cross-pollinate your people with their people. If you're shooting content, which would be a great idea. Everybody says they're going to do content and nobody's doing content. I'm not saying nobody's doing content. That was a brash, sweeping statement that I did not mean. You at some point said you were going to do something different in your business. And maybe you haven't. That is the challenge I'm issuing today. So we are here right now. We're escaping in a little tiny bit, and you'll head to 9 o'clock, your chance to keep doing lead gen. Now, I know, and I've said this, and I'm going to keep saying this. I will die on this hill. I will fall on this Nerf sword. I think if you become wildly consistent with your lead generation, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I think Fridays, I hope a whole bunch of you right now, and I know it's the middle of the month, people are like, well, people don't close in the middle of the month. They could. You're allowed to. It's a great idea. You know who would love you closing in the middle of the month? The MCA department would love that. The title company is always getting their face kicked in at the end of the month because everybody closes at the end of the month. And I know there's mathematical reasons. I know there's financial reasons. I know there's leases that are up, contracts that are up, blah, blah, blah. But think about it. Think about the ease for your schedule and think about the ease for the MCA department here at the Market Center, the financial department at the other brokerage if you're co-broking, the title company, the moving company, your lender, all that kind of stuff. Why not aim for the middle of the month? Just a thought. Hell, go crazy and aim for the middle Wednesday. People don't close on Wednesdays. Somebody decided at some point that the final Friday was the best idea. You're allowed to suddenly decide that the middle Friday is the best idea, or even the middle Wednesday is the best idea. Final Friday, and that's going to be what, like the 28th? It'll be the a couple of weeks, right? 28th. We're the 14th today. You'd be okay this month if you did it and it rolled and it pushed through the weekend because you still have Monday the 31st. But sometimes that final Friday is that final business day of the month. And then if something goes sideways and it has to get pushed, now you're pushing into a brand new month. Oh, that's not fun. Nobody loves that. I promise you that. So just a thought. Anyway, my point in saying all of that is you are focused on doing your lead generation consistently Monday through Thursday by door knocking or doing marketing pieces or doing some social media or calling your Mets or your unmets or doing follow-up or doing equity updates. Whatever you're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to make sure you're having the conversations that you require to hit your goals. Fridays could turn into maybe not every Friday, but almost every Friday you could have a closing. You would get to that point at some point. We certainly have larger teams. We have groups within our market center that they have a closing. without fail, once a week. Once a week there's a closing. And your business could celebrate that same exact thing. That would be pretty cool. If today is a lead gen day for you, then you're heading into Breakthrough Club. Click the link in the morning news. We'll be in there until noon o'clock. At noon o'clock, we'll go to the midday protocol. We're going to have the conversation about the 3 lead indicators, the things that we track to know where we stand based on the fact that we are now, like I just said, a month away from November 12th. I should say 90 days away from November 12th. Sorry. We're 90 days out from November 12th. So today's activities will be those closing table opportunities 90 days out. Breakthrough Club. Join us in there. Click the Zoom room and then join us in that same space. We will meet you in that same space for the midday protocol. And I'm asking about interactions and conversations. Who have you spoken with? Did business come up? Did you have an opportunity to talk about the fact that you're in real estate and you want to help 6, 18, 34 more families before the end of the year? Who do you know that I should know? Second lead indicator, how many appointments have you set to sit with those buyers and sellers and investors to bring them into your business? And then finally, how many agreements have you signed? Did you sign a buyer? Did you sign a seller? Did you sign the investor? Did you put somebody under contract with that purchase and sale? If we are tracking those things, and I just joked about this in orientation yesterday with about 8 people who were joining the company. I said, you know what? I'm going to have a wily veteran in there. His name is Boyd Watkins, and he's going to show up today. This was yesterday, by the way. He's going to show up and probably say one of those categories is a big fat 0 because his boys are still not both back at college and family comes first. And what do you know? Yesterday at noon o'clock, one of the first people in the room for the midday protocol was the Boyd Watkins. Knowing that he didn't have any glamorous numbers to report. He's got stuff going on. Of course he does. Have you met Boyd? But he wasn't showing up with 32 new conversations or interactions and 7 appointments and 5 new agreements. He had some numbers to share. He also proudly announced that he had done no actual sit down, hammer the phones, 9 to noon lead generation because of the very thing that I just said. His family's home. And he's going to exhaust his time with them. He's going to invest his time with them because the lead generation can come later. Because he knows when he gets back to it, he'll be consistent. And that's all it boils down to. It is consistency over intensity. Stop telling yourself, I'm going to have a bang up Thursday so I can take the rest of the week off. I'm not saying you can't do that. That can be a business model that you run. It will just have very intense results. I had a couple days last month where I really worked. Okay. So in 90 days, you're going to have a couple days maybe that something shows up. I don't know. I mean, I don't even agree with that. If you're into nutrition and fitness, you know, and I say this from vast experience, I did once do a lot of running and mountain biking. And when I did the running, in order to, and this was all in an effort to hold on to the weight loss that I had achieved at the time, I started going, of course, because I'm a jackass. I'm like, you know what I want to do? I said it out loud in front of Janina, so she held me to it. God bless her. I'm going to do some 5Ks this year to get ready, and then I'll do some 10Ks next year, and then I'm going to run a marathon. And what I said also was I want to run Boston before I'm 40, and I think I said that with not enough time to work on the 10K, so I did a summer of 5Ks. I did one summer, I did 22 5Ks to raise money for the Doug Flutie Foundation. If you know, you know. And then Janina's like, yeah, you can't really do 10Ks next year. You got to get ready for that marathon because you're going to do that in time to make sure that you do it before you're 40. Carry the 4, divide by 3. I was like, shit, I got to get that done. My point in saying all this is if you work on nutrition and fitness, and a lot of you do, you know it takes a long time. It takes a lot of consistency to get those fast twitch muscles going. It takes a long time to see the efforts in the mirror from the gym. But the atrophy comes in swiftly. You can go from runner to not a runner real fast. Mountain biker to not a mountain biker real fast. Weightlifter to not a weightlifter real fast. If you play any particular discipline or sport, those skills will always be there. It's like getting back on a bike. But the engine will feel different. You will feel different. So jumping in and out of lead generation is going to feel the same exact way. You're going to atrophy those fast twitch muscles. You're going to soften the power that you built through the consistency. If you've worked really hard for the fitness that you've had, you know that it didn't happen because you spent 3 straight days, 72 hours at the gym. You got up every day. You ate a certain way. You continue to eat a certain way. You're crushing your water. You're hydrating properly. And you're working out. And you're doing that systematically. You're doing that working on legs one day, arms the next day, chest, back, core, all that kind of stuff. The same way you would consistently say, I'm going to call my Mets today, my unmets tomorrow, I'll door knock Wednesday, I'll do social media Thursday. It's the same. So as I've said a million times, anywhere in your life that you've been successful, there was some accountability. There might have been a coach. There was certainly a peer that you could bounce stuff off of. That is what we do when we do the Breakthrough Club and then the Midday Protocol. That's why we have that. It's all there to help. So join us for that. You don't have to show up with numbers. You don't have to show up and talk. I'd love for you to just get in the room now and start to see what the veterans are reporting, start to hear the conversations we're having, and start to lean into the accountability and the consistency of showing up for yourself, to hold yourself to account, to build the future that you deserve. That's what this is all about. Nothing more. It's not a room of judgment. It's a room of encouragement. We'd love to see you there today. And of course, after the Midday Protocol today at 1:30, back to basics, KWCLM forums. One of the best damn brokers on the marble, Jason Westcott, will lead you through that conversation. You can join him there at kellertv.com. That's 1:30. That'll wrap the day for us. If I can help with anything, let me know. It is 603-834-2856. You can also book my face at meetwithcoach.com. We'll see you in and around the Market Center and the internet. Don't forget, next week I will be at Mega Chicken in San Antonio. And the week after that, we're taking Aiden back to school. I will be back in your face Monday morning, August 31st. Take care.